Oedipus Rex is a story about a king named Oedipus who rules over a city called Thebes. Many years ago, Oedipus came to Thebes as a stranger after the previous king, King Laos, died. He became the king because he saved the city from the dangerous creature called Sphinx, which had a human head, a lion's body, and wings. At the beginning of the play, Oedipus is speaking with the high priest of Thebes. The city is suffering from a terrible plague, and Oedipus wants to know how he can help his people. The priest suggests that Oedipus should seek advice from the god Apollo. Oedipus tells the priest that he has already sent his brother in law Creon to consult Apollo. When Creon returns, he brings news that shocks Oedipus. He reveals that in order to save Thebes from the plague, Oedipus must find and punish the person who killed King Laos. This news troubles Oedipus greatly, and it sets the stage for the dramatic events that unfold in the rest of the play. The chorus is singing to Zeus with fears in their hearts, asking him what he plans to do the people of Thebes. They are calling upon various gods to help ease the suffering that is spreading throughout the city. Oedipus asks the people to share any information they have about the person who killed Laos. He cautions them to bring forward the killer if they discover their identity. To assist in the search, the chorus proposes that Oedipus seeks the advice to the old and blind prophet Tiresias to learn what he knows. A young boy leads Tiresias to the king, but initially the prophet refuses to reveal what he knows. This angers Oedipus, and he insisted that Tiresias speak up. Eventually, Tiresias gives in and declares that Oedipus himself is responsible for the plague. Oedipus becomes furious and accuses Tiresias to conspiring with Creon to seize the throne. He commands Tiresias to leave, but before the prophet departs, he informs Oedipus that the murdered is present in Thebes will lose his sight and will be revealed as both the son and husband of his mother. Chorus is expressing their confusion about Tiresias' prophecy, and they say that they support Oedipus regardless of his action because he saved the city from the Sphinx. However, they are also afraid that the prophecy might actually come true. Creon is extremely shocked and scared when Oedipus accuses him of conspiring with Tiresias to lie in order to take throne. He strongly denies wanting the throne and claims to have no knowledge what Tiresias is talking about. Creon proposes that they seek guidance from the oracle at Delphi if Oedipus believes he is lying. However, Oedipus wants to either kill Creon or force him to leave the city as punishment for treason. Oedipus realizes that he knows the place where King Laos was killed and remembers the circumstances surrounding his death. He asks Jugesta, his wife and mother, to bring a slave who witnessed the incident. Oedipus also shares with Jugesta that he was raised by parents in Corinth but was told that they were not his biological parents. Many years ago, he received a prophecy that he would sleep with his mother and kill his father. Frightened by the prophecy, Oedipus left Corinth and never returned. On his journey, he got into a fight with some travelers who attacked him, and in self-defense he ended up killing them all. Jugesta reassures Oedipus that everything will be fine because she and Laos tried to get rid of their son following the prophecy. The chorus sings about how powerful prophecies are and how foolish it is for people to try to escape these predetermined destinies. They believe that if the prophecy turns out to be false, it would undermine their religious belief and potentially weaken their faith. Jugesta goes to the altar of Apollo and leaves an offering there. A messenger arrives and informs her that Polybus, who is believed to be the Oedipus' father, has died on natural causes. This news brings Jugasta hope because it suggests that the prophecy might not be true. As Oedipus did not kill his father, Oedipus dismisses the value of prophecies, but he still feels troubles by one aspect. His mother, Merope, is still alive, and the prophecy states that he will have relationship with his mother. Jugusta reassures him not to be worried about it. The messenger reveals that there is no reason for Oedipus to avoid returning to Corinth because he is not the biological son of Polybus and Mero. Oedipus was actually found by a shepherd with his ankle bound and given to the messenger, who then presented him as a gift to Polybus and Mero. This shepherd, as it turned out, was a servant of Leus, the same servant they have summoned to explain what he witnessed during the Leo's death. Jagasta suddenly realizes that the truth about Oedipus' identity and becomes frantic. She desperately hopes that Oedipus never discovers the truth and pleads with him not to seek further knowledge. Jocasta rushes into the palace, overwhelmed with distress. The chorus sings about the prophecy and the terrible things it predicts. They express a wish that they had never laid eyes on Oedipus, despite the fact that he had saved the city of Thebes. Oedipus is extremely angry with Jocasta and wants to harm her. But when he finally finds her, she has already hanged herself. In despair, Oedipus takes the brooches from her clothes and uses them to blind herself, so he won't have to witness the misery of his life anymore. A second messenger informed the chorus about what has happened. Oedipus then enters the scene and directly interacts with the chorus, who tells him that he should have taken his own life instead of living in blindness. Creon brings Oedipus' children to him, and Oedipus informs them that he is not only their father but also their brother. Oedipus pleads with Creon to protect his daughters and ensures they don't suffer like he has. He asks Creon to send him away. Creon feels sorry for him and wants to keep him at the palace, but Oedipus insists on living in the mountains. Creon agrees to let him go, but informs him that he cannot take his children along, as he no longer has authority over them. The chorus sings a sorrowful story about a once mighty man who has experienced a great downfall. They express that one death can bring true happiness to human beings.